from YouGov, which is a serious polling site, or they were before this, I am more popular than the President of the United States. Thank you. Well, thank you. You remember the guy who keeps saying I have no ratings? Well, that makes two of us. They polled more than 1,000 people, and I lead Trump by 16.
I think, what if we just told him he got in?
Okay.
And...
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So he gets up every day, right, and he does a little address, and we go, yeah, it's brilliant, I'm the president, and they're all extras.
Right.
They're all extras. And he just never knows. He was never...
Donald Trump has managed to turn the White House into the world's most expensive comedy club. And Jimmy Kimmel and Ricky Gervais just became its headliners. Their combined roast hits like a double shot of espresso spiked with truth serum. They don't just mock his politics. They dismantle the performance art of his presidency. Every smirk, every punchline, every raised eyebrow becomes a mirror reflecting...
Of the Trump government shutdown, there's been no progress of any kind. Hundreds of thousands of federal employees are working without pay, including air traffic controllers, which is insane. Why they don't have a special category for the people who keep the planes from crashing, I don't know.
Today he says something that, well, it doesn't shock me anymore. It doesn't shock me anymore.
No, it doesn't.
After the first 1,000 crazy things he said, even this week, he is fighting a prisoner of war with brain cancer and a war widow who's 6 months pregnant. That's the president fighting these people
on Twitter. Yeah,
that's amazing.
No, it's.
Kimmel and Gervais start by pointing out that Trump's greatest skill isn't business or leadership, it's marketing himself, as both they describe a man who sells chaos like it's cologne and believes that if he sprays enough of it, it will smell like success. Every scandal is a sales pitch, every failure a rebrand, every lawsuit a limited time offer. The man's political strategy resembles a reality show.
It's nice, but it feels like, considering the fact that I'm not a convicted felon friend of Jeffrey Epstein, and I've never paid off a porn star or sent a team of masked goons into a park to pull an old lady away from her grandchildren, I feel like my rating should be higher, maybe, than... At this point, finding a toenail in your salad has a 7-point lead over...
Brings his signature smirk. Ricky adds that bone-dry sarcasm that slices through ego like glass. Together, they form a comedy coalition dedicated to exposing how Trump's presidency operates like a live-action sitcom. There's a laugh track for every crisis, a cliffhanger for every controversy, and always a new villain conveniently timed for sweeps week.
Really is making America great again. Flights out of Burbank were delayed an average of 2.5 hours yesterday. Air traffic controllers are considered to be essential workers, which means they are required to work even if they aren't getting paid. Meanwhile, Congress, the people who actually shut the government down, are getting paid in full. Don't even try to make sense of it. The logic doesn't fly, and I would recommend that you don't either, at least.
Kimmel digs in by painting a picture of Trump's daily routine. Morning tweets replaced by presidential decrees, all delivered with the confidence of a man who thinks spell check is fake news. The nation wakes up not to policy, but to punchlines, to headlines that sound like rejected Onion articles. Jerry then twists the knife, pointing out that no other leader in history has treated governing like a perpetual addition for a part he already got. Every rally becomes...
You know what else is sad? That the President of the United States has a lower approval rating than Diddy and diarrhea. That's what's sad. You know, if he's looking, and no one cares very deeply about this sort of thing, if he's looking to improve his approval numbers, I have an idea. Release the Epstein files. They did a poll on that, too. A vast majority say they want to see the Epstein files. 77% of Americans want the Epstein files released, but 100% of our American president does not want them released. Trump's treating these Epstein files like the grumpy old neighbor on Halloween. He turns off all the lights and just hopes the trick-or-treaters will assume there's nobody home. He's like, do you people not understand what a wonderful secret means?
They shred through the contradictions like pros. The self-proclaimed dealmaker who's allergic to details? The billionaire populist who complains about being persecuted by billionaires? The man of the people who only meets people who tell him he's a genius? Each joke lands because the truth underneath it is ridiculous enough to stand alone.